Welcome back to another episode, GMAK, the Boiler Man. I'll tell you, man, when you live in New York and you try to shoot outside, because it is beautiful outside, all I have is airplanes flying overhead, so it definitely is challenging at times. But I still like to do it, man. It's a nice, airy, beautiful 80-degree day out here, and sometimes having a different perspective and being able to talk to you guys from a different place also gives me a little bit of energy, so feeds fuel to the fire. On today's episode, man, I really just wanted to talk about being lazy or not being lazy, for that matter. And that, for me, is in the boiler room. I see it with guys all the time, but that could be for you in your business as well. It doesn't matter what you do. You should always be trying to do the job to the best of your ability at the highest level possible. If it's your first time here, man, we really do appreciate you guys being here, man. We wouldn't have this channel without you, and every subscriber takes us to our goals. Right now our goal is to hit 500. We're at about 452, I think, last time I checked, which is pretty freaking amazing, all things considered. But we're going places, man. We're just taking it one day at a time, one video at a time, and we appreciate you guys being here every single day. If you haven't subscribed, man, hit that button, and while you're at it, smash the like button. Help that algorithm push our videos up. It's greatly appreciated. We hope you're having an amazing day, and we appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us today to have this discussion. So I've been in the field now for about 16 years, and before I got into boilers, I used to do home improvement. If you've been following us for any period of time, you've heard me talk about my time building houses from the ground up. So I had built foundations and done framing, done sheetrocking, done roofing. I mean, pretty much all phases of construction I've done or have been a part of in my time. And with that, I always learn to show up at my best. So even if, there's a thing I always say, like, if you can only be 50% of 100%, like 100%, if you're at 50%, okay, let me make this very simple. If I can only operate at 50%, let's say my body's hurting, I want to show up as 100% of that 50%. So I'm always trying to give it my best no matter what the situation is. Sometimes we have shit going on in our lives that may keep you from showing up, but every single day you need to be showing up. When it comes to my particular business, we do a lot of preventative maintenance. And with preventative maintenance, the whole idea of preventative maintenance is in the word, right? We're preventing future issues. The whole idea of doing those maintenance jobs is to cut down on service calls, cut down on headaches for the customer, cut down on headaches for my company at the same time, because when the busy season kicks into gear, you guys all know what happens. If you're an emergency service business and you're watching this, whether you be in boilers or something else, you already know that as soon as the calendar switches and the weather starts getting cold and everything starts getting chaotic and everything changes. So the idea of doing preventative maintenance is try to keep us ahead of that. With that being said, I'll be honest, like, I've had guys inside my own organization over the time that did the bare minimum, and it came back to bite us in the ass. And I'll give you a perfect example. So on our equipment, there's always ignition. Again, if you're a boiler tech or you're in the business, you know that the first thing before anything happens, for any fuels go into the boiler, is I have to have ignition. And that's like the most simple thing, and one of the most elementary things that we do when we do preventative maintenance is we pull the ignition assembly out and we clean it all up. And if I need to change the electrodes, we do. And sometimes there's grounding screws or grounding bodies, and if they're really rotted out, we go in and change those as well. So I remember getting a service call in the middle of the summertime, and thankfully, again, it was summer, it was still a slow time of the year, but the boiler wasn't working, and I had just sent a guy there about a week before to do preventative maintenance. And when I got to the boiler room, the first thing I did was what I just say. I turned the burner off and I pulled the ignition assembly out, and what did I find? I found a burnt electrode, burnt screws, burnt everything. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is either there was a major problem, which is, or the guy that was there before was not doing the job that we set him out to do. And so as a business owner, obviously, that brings in a whole nother conversation about how to handle the team and how to handle a situation like that. But it was a reminder to me how lazy some people can be. And I'm not trying to call anybody out, and I'll never use names in here, but it bothered me because, in the slower time of the year, no one's pushing you to get anything done faster. I want guys to be thorough. I want guys to take the time. I want you to go through things with a fine-tooth comb, because when the winter hits, I don't want to be back there. So like I said, thankfully I was back there within a week, so it was still a slow season, but we really emphasize how important it is to be super thorough, right? And listen, we're human beings, we miss all the time. It's not that it's inexcusable, we get it, we also understand life happens. But when your only job is to go there and go through things and be finely tuning the burner up, and that's so like when we do a preventative maintenance, it's pulling the assemblies out, we're cleaning up the ignition, we're making sure everything's right, we're testing all the safeties, and then we're running the burner, and we're doing combustion, and we're adjusting all the combustion, so there's no COs, no smoke on oil, and really making sure that we're doing a thorough job. But back to the conversation at hand, which is most people, unfortunately, they don't look at it from taking care of the client or taking care of the building. It's like a job to them, so they go in and they do the thing they got to do, and they leave and they do the bare minimum, and the bare minimum just gets you up every single time. So I could sit here and I could preach to you guys, yes, it's my company, so I'm always have my own interest and my customers' interest at heart, but at the same time, as a tech who, by all accounts, we have records I can look back that if you're getting a lot of callbacks or a lot of these preventative maintenance jobs that you were the one that went on, and then now service calls are popping up left and right, and they're things that should have been in the preventative maintenance schedule, then it's going to look poorly on you. So as a human, you should want to have accurate jobs. You should be the one that takes pride in not getting callbacks. You should be the one who takes pride in the work that you provide. I think that's a big part of the skill set that maybe is missing in this generation. I hate to kill the generation, because I'm around a lot of high level youngsters that I think are going to make a big difference in the world, and I'm not one of these people that just knocks the young generation, but it is different, and the way they operate is different. They definitely don't take the tender love and care that some of us, I'm not old. Guys keep telling me I'm not old, but you're in your 40s. Am I considered an old timer? I mean, maybe in the business at this point, because I did come around before a lot of things changed, but I don't feel like an old timer. You know what I'm saying? But I still try to provide high level service on my end, and I teach my guys the same way. And I will say that guy that I told you kind of like fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line, basically, is an old timer with a lot of experience. So he still works with us because he has a skill set that is very hard to replace. But I don't put him on preventive maintenance anymore, because that's what's entailed. And if you're not going to be able to do the job, and I know you can't do the job efficiently, that's going to be a problem for the business. So again, this is more of a shorter video, but it's something I really wanted to discuss because it's something near and dear to my heart. I remember working for a smaller company long before I went into business for myself, and there was a specific guy that because I used to do preventative maintenance for this company, and it was on residential boilers. So we used to do clean and vacs on the old oil boilers, and they had one guy in particular. He only used to work in the summer times to help with the cleanings and the tune-ups and and every time I went behind, like if he was there 5 years in a row, we used to have the little ticket on the job, and I remember going in there and it would be him, probably like 5-6 years in a row, and I would get on the job. So the clean out for the chimney, which is underneath the chimney, was completely clogged, never cleaned. The oil pump would be leaking. The nozzle looked like it was never changed. Like pretty much like head to toe, nothing was ever done. I mean, maybe he vacuumed the boiler out, but he pretty much was like an in and out guy. He didn't do the thing he was supposed to do, and it used to piss me off to no end. And not because I'm not a guy, like I'm not a narc, I'm not looking to get people into trouble, but the fact is, why should I come in behind you and be the one that basically has to overhaul the entire burn? Because on many occasions I had to change the pump, change the thing, change the filters, change it, which we did anyway. We did nozzle filter strainer anyway, but we didn't always change the oil pump. So I had to change oil pumps, I had to clean out the chimney base. Like it just became so evident that this guy was not doing the job he was supposed to do. And as a technician, off. What are you here for? Just to collect a paycheck? Because you're just making everybody else's life harder. And for me, that pissed me off. I don't operate like that. I'm always thinking about the guy that might come after me, and I take very thorough notes. So if a guy does go behind me, I already know, okay, I did this, this, and this while I was there. And I have an idea of some other things it might be, because we're techs. We're in our company. We're not parts changers. So I teach my guys, don't change parts. Don't be the guy that just goes out there and swaps things out. Be the guy who's thorough. Be the guy who goes through things with a fine-tooth comb. Make sure we figure out the problem. And sometimes when figuring out the problem, if it's not staring you right in the face, we may have to change a part. Okay, no problem. But we also know, going back, okay, if it's not that thing, it's this thing, right? We've already narrowed it down. We're not just shooting from the hip and saying change this, change that, because I've seen that happen. Honestly, we've gained a lot of customers because of that thing, because there are companies that go out there and the guys are not very well educated in the business, and they just, all they have is parts on the truck, and they just start changing everything until the boiler works, and next thing you know, you're into a $10,000 bill for some shit you probably didn't even need. So we try to be thorough, we try to do the right job, but I'm imploring you, if you're watching this video, be thorough, be on your shit. Make sure you're doing the job right. Make sure you're doing what the business needs, and take care of your customers, all right? That being said, if you watched this far, we appreciate you. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you take the time to watch these videos, man. It means a lot to us. We've been really trying to grow this channel a lot. If you haven't subscribed at this point and you enjoyed this, subscribe, man. If you've come this far and you didn't hit that like button, smash the like button, man. Help that algorithm, man. We love it. On top of that, man, we love comments too, man. Drop a comment below. We love to talk to you guys and have this open conversation, open dialogue. We're also open for ideas on new videos. There's a few of you in here that have left comments, and we've done videos on the very topics you asked. And for me, if you haven't been here before, I always speak from my heart. I tell you just from my own experiences. I'm not giving you facts from, or what people think are facts from Google. It's just my own on-the-job experiences and blue-collar experiences. I've been in different jobs over the years, but always work with my hands. So I'm just here to provide whatever information I can and help you just from my own perspective. If you want to hit me with facts, by all means, go for it. I'm not reading from facts. I'm just reading from my own and what I've been out there, what I've seen, and hoping you guys are enjoying it. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you're still killing it out there. Crush it in your business, crush it in your life. Enjoy the rest of it. Peace.